the resolutions on the disciplinary committee report, which was adopted by the National Governing Council. Page 10 and 11 capture some of the remarks. You can see the remarks from the delegation from Kilifi County, since the report on the disciplinary process touched on one of their members. And then minute number 10, there were resolutions of the National Governing Council. Number 1, to adopt the report of the task force. Then on the last page, Your Excellency, the recommendations by NEC on the disciplinary cases were also adopted with certain amendments by the members of the National Governing Council. So the resolutions were unanimously adopted by members as proposed by Ali Waziri Abubakar, who again, Your Excellency, sadly left us, a delegate from Webuye, and seconded by Honorable Mercy Chebeni, our nominated senator from Bungoma. There being no other business, the meeting came to an end at 3:47 p.m. Now, Your Excellency, if you look at your program, I am supposed to next give you a report on all these matters, but with utmost humility, Your Excellency, I wanted to request that at this particular juncture, we all be upstanding to observe a minute of silence for all those members who were with us in the last NGC, but have since departed. So we will take off our kofias, and please, all of you who are able to stand, please let us be upstanding for a minute to observe a minute of silence. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana, you may be seated. Quickly, Your Excellency, to the next agenda, and I'm going to run through it very quickly. I have another statutory duty of giving a report to the National Governing Council, and it will cover the period between our last NGC and this morning. Sorry, Your Excellency, I was getting ahead of myself. I'm being reminded, Chairman, we need to confirm those minutes to be a true record of the last NGC and to adopt them. So, Chairman.
I didn't know Sifuna was taller than me. Honorable members, I think what we are going to do is just to have two of us to propose, one to propose and the other to second the minutes for discussion, adoption of the minutes for discussion. I can see, I saw Kaluma's hand first. Was that Kaluma, or if it's Kaluma, who is seconding? I want a lady from this side, Senator Surve. So you just introduce yourself and tell us what you want to do.
I'm George Peter Opondo Kaluma, Member of Parliament, former Bay Town, and a member of the National Governing Council of the Orange Democratic Movement. I propose the minutes of the ODM National Governing Council meeting held on 1st March 2019 at Cooperative University, Karen, Nairobi, City County, for deliberation and adoption by the members of the National Governing Council here present. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And Senator, now that Kaluma has said so much, I think you will just introduce yourself and say You second. Give it to Mr. Rowe.
Thank you very much. I'm Senator Dr. Gertrude Musurube Inima, and a member of the National Governing Council and a solid member of ODM party. I second.
Thank you very much. So the minutes have been proposed and seconded. Now, can we proceed to matters arising? Matters arising, and I will take the shortest time possible. But that does not mean I'm going to gag anyone. We will go page by page. I hope most members, if not all, have the minutes. Okay, let's vote on it. The adoption. It's a matter of procedure. Will as many as of that opinion say aye, and those of contrary opinion to say nay? The ayes have it. So it's adopted for discussion. Page 1. We are on matters arising, and we will go very fast. Page 1, I don't think there is anything there. Page 2, addressed by the party leader, is a substantive item on page 2. We move to page 3, which was basically the report of the Secretary General, which is coming. Another report is coming shortly after this. Page 4. Page 4, I don't see anything to attract attention of members. Page 5. Page 6. Of course, there will be a report on party primary elections and dispute resolutions and such like. Party list on page 7, I think also Catherine Muma will cover that on how it will be done this time. We go to page 8, a report on disciplinary matters, because there is the issue of Aisha Juma there. The Suleiman Deori is no longer with us. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11. And finally, page 12. So I take it that members are okay with the minutes. At this juncture, I want to call upon the Secretary to take us through this report. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chairman, and Your Excellency and the delegates. I want to very quickly run through the report of my office, which covers the period from March 2019 through to February 2022. During this period, the party undertook and accomplished a number of programs and activities. These include, but are not limited to, party reorganization, revitalization, managing the BBI, staff target setting and identification, acquisition and relocation to new physical facilities for the National Secretariat. So number 1, Your Excellency, on grassroots party strengthening, in the last NGC, it was resolved that the party should embark on strengthening branches and filling vacancies occasioned by natural attrition, defections and other causes. It is my pleasure to report to this Council that in pursuit of this objective, the National Office and Secretariat have established the following. Number 1, we now have a monthly disbursement scheme to county coordinating committees to cater for office rent and related overhead expenses. Currently, Your Excellency, 43 out of the 47 counties receive the monthly transfers. The remaining 4 will be enjoined in the program as soon as their internal challenges are resolved, and we're working with the chair of the board to resolve the question of the leadership. So, Your Excellency, the Orange Democratic Movement now has offices at the county level in 43 of the 47 counties, fully supported by the national office. Number 2, Your Excellency, on strengthening coordination and communication with the branch offices. The Council of County Chairs, an initiative of chairpersons of the county coordinating committees, has become a vital linkage between the national office and the regions. With the assistance of the National Secretariat, this body has held bi-monthly meetings to share experiences across regions and engage the various organs of the party for important input. The strong coordination and positive relationship between the county offices and the National Secretariat has been exhibited in, among others, nomination of the Chair, Migori County Coordinating Committee to observe national elections in the Republic of South Africa, and the appointment of 2 county chairpersons, namely Richard Tyro and Emily Awita of Taita Taveta and Siaya counties respectively, as members of the reconstituted National Elections Board. It is in recognition of the foregoing and need to further recognize the vital link between the national and county offices that today the National Executive Committee will be proposing to you the Governing Council to recommend to the National Delegates Convention to amend the ODM party constitution to create the Council of County Chairs as an organ of the party. Your Excellency, with NEB supervision, there has also been harmonization of the party leadership throughout the country, and the chair of the NEB will give her report on that. We hope to conduct full grassroots party elections sometime next year, and this is a matter that the NEC will also be putting before this council this morning. Your Excellency, we all know about the Building Bridges initiative. I want to take this opportunity to thank members of ODM at all levels, from the county leadership to our MCAs, to the county coordinating chairs and the branch chairs, for supporting that initiative. Of course, Your Excellency, it was not without challenges, the most visible being the political onslaught led by our detractors and supported by a motley of civil society activists. This led to a court challenge that culminated in the declaration of the initiative as unconstitutional. Of course, the appeal is currently awaiting determination by the Supreme Court of Kenya. But Your Excellency, we are behind you 100% in the vision that you had to achieve under the BBI. Next, Your Excellency, I want to report on the reconstitution of the National Elections Board. The NGC at its last sitting received and adopted in its entirety the report tabled by the task force led by Madam Catherine Muma. Consequent thereto, the NEC organized a 3-day retreat in Nakuru to deliberate on the implementation of that report. I also want to report that, in fact, members of the National Governing Council, we were able to receive input from across the country on what needed to be done. In August of 2020, a new National Elections Board was appointed and mandated to implement the reforms in the report. The members of the board are Ms. Catherine Muma, Honorable Richard Tyro, Honorable Abdullahi Dirie, who is the Secretary, Sintei Nchoe from Narok, and Emily Awita from Siaya. Number 5, besides the National Elections Board, the party also appointed a new disciplinary committee whose membership is here present with us, comprising Honorable Professor Ben Sihanya, Dr. Florence Omosa, Honorable Mumi Ngaru, and Ms. Seth Kakusie. I think we've left out my friend Ramadan on this list, and I think he's here with us today. Then, Your Excellency, number 6, following the recommendations of that task force, and consequent to the retreat of the NEC held in Nakuru in May 2019, a Secretariat Management Board was established to spearhead the development and management of the human resource and welfare issues in efforts to continue professionalizing the operations and transforming ODM from movement style to vanguard party mode of operation. This has been done from 3 strategic approaches. First, we seek to support and challenge. We are facilitating the process of dialogue and change and tracking process. When actions do not live up to the words, we will call out the lack of progress. Secondly, we are harnessing the momentum. We are looking for opportunities to identify and inculcate organization culture carriers, those who will embody and embed cultural change, creating multipliers so that the new culture fans out across the party. Thirdly, we have infused a system of and framework for communication and feedback. We are establishing structures to collect feedback and measure success, and by communicating the work across the party, we can encourage a more connected and consistent approach. Formal introduction and embedding of values and beliefs into people management is on our 2019 agenda via a two-step approach. First is to integrate the values and beliefs into objective setting for performance management. And number two, to map, integrate, and align the values and beliefs to key people practices, processes, and tools. Engagement with our ideology, values, and beliefs is measured through familiarity with the social democratic ideology, shared values and core beliefs, changes in the way we think and act, and through believing and understanding that living the values and beliefs will have a positive impact on reaching our ready to govern strategy. I want to give a report on the by-elections, Your Excellency. The period under review has been a difficult period for the party in electoral performance. Since March 2019, the party has participated in 6 parliamentary and 9 county assembly by-elections and performed as indicated. We participated in Ngenya constituency, Embakasi South, Kibra constituency, Msambweni, Matungu constituency, Bonchari constituency. Out of those, we won 2 and lost 4. So it was not a very good period for us. In the county assembly, Your Excellency, there was a by-election in Abakaile ward in Garissa, which we won, Loyangalani in Marsabit, which we won, Ganda, which we won, Nyacheki, which we won, Dabaso in Kilifi, which we won, Kisumu North, which we won, Mbale in Undanyi ward in Taita Taveta, which we lost, Kiamakoma ward in Kisii County, which we won, and Huruma ward in Wasingishu, which we lost. Your Excellency, permit me at this particular juncture, first to salute all our generals, all our officials and members of parliament in these electoral areas for the support that you gave our party candidates during those by-elections. We owe you a great deal of gratitude for the effort in all these electoral areas despite of the result. Your Excellency, please, with your permission, allow me to give a special recognition to our brothers from the larger Busi area. Watu ya Kisii mpo, led by your governor, Your Excellency Ongwae. The reason I am giving special recognition to them, Your Excellency, is that in Kisii region, we have not lost a single by-election. All of them have been won, including the latest one, the last one, our last born in Bonchari, which all of you who followed know was a very difficult fight. So on behalf of the National Executive Committee and the National Secretariat, thank you very much, Your Excellency Ongwae, and all the teams in Kisii for all the work you've done. Thank you very much, my sister Honorable Janet Ongera. We know the fights that we are into, and we hope that going forward. Wasimame, mzee anasema msimame mpigiwe makofi. Timu ya Kisii iko wapi? Na mheshimiwa Oimeke yuko wapi? Sijamuona, lakini asanteni sana for the good work that you have done. Ako wapi? Huyo ndio last born wetu anaitwa Pavel Oimeke, mbunge wa Bonchari. Thank you very much. Yes, I forgot Bobasi, which you also won. Thank you very much, Bobasi Church Award. Thank you, Your Excellency. Now, Professor Ongeri. Yes, I have recognized you, my senator. We worked with you very well in Bonchari, and thank you for the good work. So, Your Excellency, I want to very quickly go to some of the challenges that we have had during this particular period. Your Excellency, everybody knows that the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic affected our programs and activities adversely. The first casualty was our NGC meeting, which was due in March of 2020, the month the country was forced into a lockdown. Other party initiatives that suffered include the conduct of grassroots elections and activities at the National Secretariat, the activities of our leagues, the Women League, the Youth League, and the Disability League, as a number of, and also at the National Secretariat, because a number of our staff members were directly or indirectly affected by the pandemic. The second challenge, Your Excellency, was managing of the coalitions that the party was in then. Coalitions by their nature are very delicate. The NASA coalition established in March 2017 through a pre-election agreement was not an exception. The synergy and collective strength that the coalition brings went over time. These were replaced by wrangles and unreasonable demands upon your party, ODM. The NEC therefore resolved on July 28, 2021 to formally disengage ODM from the NASA coalition. As we inch towards new coalition and new coalition partners under the Azimio la Umoja, these lessons that we learned will prove vital. Number 3, Your Excellency, we still face the challenge of underfunding as a party. Political parties are expected to maintain physical offices in at least half the counties, run programs, and fund election campaigns. These require major financial muscle. The Political Parties Act 2011 provides for registration, management, funding, and other matters to do with political parties. On funding, it specifically provides that not less than 0.3% of annual revenue shall be allocated to the political parties fund, and that 95% of that fund shall be used for political party administration, shared to qualified political parties based on their strength. In 2016, ODM filed a case in court seeking the orders of mandamus for the Treasury to be compelled to obey the law and allocate the correct amount. This is because since this law was passed, Your Excellency, Parliament and Treasury have never complied with the law. We also prayed that the National Treasury and Parliament be ordered to pay arrears accruing for ODM, which amounted at the time in 2016 to 5.3 billion Kenya shillings. In spite of the court judgment in our favor, the National Treasury has continued to violate this provision with impunity, thereby curtailing our capacity to fund our activities. We continue to dialogue with the government for a phased settlement, and during the appropriation for the financial year 2021-2022, the Budget and Appropriation Committee of the National Assembly undertook to factor in the law-mandated amount in the supplementary budget when it is prepared. At this particular juncture, Your Excellency, allow me to also recognize members of Parliament of ODM who have given very strong support to the party on the floor of the House and even with the engagements with Treasury, so that we are able to achieve this settlement. I want to recognize our chairman, Honorable Mbadi, who has been a very strong champion. I want to recognize Honorable Junet Mohammed. Is he here? Yes, thank you so much, Junet. I want to recognize Honorable Anthony Olwoch from the Legal Affairs Committee. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Honorable Olwoch was the one who was able to get us a speaker's ruling saying that this time round the Parliament must allocate some money towards settlement of the amount, which as we speak right now, yes, as we speak right now, stands at a whopping 8 billion Kenya shillings. But Your Excellency, as the SG, I am extremely encouraged because next year, you being our president and we being in charge of Treasury, I have no doubt that our 8 billion will come so that hii pesa iingie kujenga chama kule mashinani. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the ODM legal team, led by the chair of the Committee on Legal Affairs, Honorable Tim Wanyonyi, and of course our very able Senator for Siaya, Honorable James Orengo, and all the lawyers who worked on that particular case to ensure that the party is able to get what is due to it. Your Excellency, I want to conclude by saying that some of our governors, our deputy governors, a number of MPs and MCAs are still in arrears with regards to their contributions. And you have given us a directive as the National Secretariat not to be shy to ask about these resources. So I can see most of them are here. Your Excellency, I have established a desk at the back there and a safe. My team has a safe there. So if you know you are a member in arrears, we are willing and ready to receive your money at the back there. In conclusion, Your Excellency, because of the funding challenges, our work plan and subsequently our cash flow management has been a bit tricky, but I believe we'll resolve this. In conclusion, the period has been eventful and full of promise, challenges notwithstanding. We must close ranks now as ODM and build a strong and united party that will truly be prepared to take over power in another 5 months. I thank you most gratefully and wish to end it there, Your Excellency. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, SG. And thank you very much, delegates, for listening to SG's report. I just want to ask us to adopt this, the resolutions of the SG, the report. The report of the SG. Proposer, I'm going to Beth Siengo. Then I come this side, and now I want a man. This is quiet. So I hope the mic is there. Then the next, the speaker here, I may not know your name, but yes. So just get another mic to him. Yes, go ahead.
My name is Beth Siengo, the ODM Women League President and a member of National Governing Council. I do here propose the adoption of the report of the SG. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mike should go there. Right there, yes.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Abdiked Rubo from Garissa County, the Dab constituency, ODM aspirants. I second.
Thank you very much. It's proposed and seconded. Will, as of a similar opinion, say aye. Those who are holding contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it, and the report of the SG is adopted. Honorable members, allow me at this juncture. Pardon? I am being told that the seconder is an observer. Is not a member of, is a special team of the county. Oh no. We have to have a member. I don't want to use the word genuine member. Are you a member of the NGC? Please, that's majority leader of Garissa County. I know that is definitely a member of the NGC. You are also a member by invitation anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
My name is Honorable Muhammad Ali Sheikh, member of County Assembly, Abagaile Ward, and leader of Minority Party. Also the chairperson for Garissa County. Is second.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Honorable Wanga, for pointing out that we want to do our things legally and procedurally. Now let's vote again. Those who are supporting that opinion say aye. Those of a contrary opinion say nay. Now the ayes have it, and the report is adopted. Honorable members, allow me to move the meeting forward to where we are going to the legal committee. The legal committee chairperson is going to present to us a report on proposed amendments to our party constitution, election and nomination rules, and then we will adopt them. So, where is the chair of the legal committee? Yes. I can see, I think Tim has already delegated to Wakili. So Wakili, I know you are going to take 10 minutes like you did at the next meeting. 10 minutes, I hope.
Your Excellency, the party leader, the deputy party leaders, the chairperson, SG, members of the NGC, all protocol observed. My name is Frederick Orego. I'm the convener of the ODM Legal Committee drafting, the team that did the drafting.
Kuja huku mbele. You can adjust the mic the way I see.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd want to state that my chairperson of the legal committee, the Honorable Tim Wanyonyi, has requested me kindly to present this report on the process for the review and amendment of the Constitution and the nomination rules. Has requested me to make this presentation on his behalf. I introduced myself when I was down. My name is Frederick Orego. I'm a member of the ODM Legal Committee, and I convened the committee that drafted the proposed amendments to the Constitution and the party nomination and election rules. First of all, I would want to state that the legal committee was appointed sometime on the 25th of September 2020. This was in response to a recommendation that had been made by the task force that was appointed by the party leader after the 2017 general elections. One of the things that had been highlighted in the task force report was that there was need for the party to undertake a comprehensive review of its legal framework to underpin our electoral processes. So the first thing that we did as the legal committee after our appointment was to review our constitution, the one that was adopted by the NGC that held its meeting on the 31st of October 2016, together with our party nomination rules that were last adopted by the NGC here on the 5th of December 2014. After we did the review, we held a number of stakeholder meetings. I believe members of the ODM Youth League, members of the Women League, members of the Disability League, and I think we have taken other organs of the party. We had a lot of consultative meetings before we came up with the drafts. The drafts have since then moved through the process and were formally adopted yesterday by the National Executive Committee. Now, in respect of the Constitution, there were a few changes that we have proposed. The changes that we proposed to the Constitution, first and foremost, we tried to do an overall editorial. The Constitution that was adopted in 2014 had a few challenges in terms of the drafting, so we just did an overall editorial and the numbering to make it very easy for you to make reference. And secondly, we looked at the objectives that have been set out in Article 4 of our Constitution. And we said, as SG says, that we are a party of government, we needed to align our objectives to the national values. So we have aligned our objectives to the national values as set out in Article 10 of the Constitution. The next change we did to the Constitution is that whereas there are several mentions that have been made of a board of trustees, there is no proper provision of how that board of trustees is supposed to be appointed and how it is supposed to become operational. Now we have clearly provided for that in the Constitution. Whereas you have provided for the ODM Women League and we have also provided for the ODM Youth League, you will see that in our current Constitution, we have not made a provision for the Disability League. Now, we have now provided for the ODM Disability League in our Constitution. And as he said, we have now made a provision for our county coordinating committees as an organ of the party under the Constitution, so that our chairpersons will be sitting as members of those organs. The second last change that we made to the Constitution is that there is a group that are neither youth, neither would they consider themselves old men. We have provided for the Youth League up to the age of 35. But we have got an age group from the age of 35 up to 45 who have got very special needs. It has now transpired. So a special league has been created for this group aged between 35 to 45 years. Makofi. And lastly, in respect of the Constitution, we have now provided for branch chairs of the leagues to be members of our National Delegates Convention. Those are the changes that we have made to the Constitution, and if you've had the opportunity to look at our website, a copy of the Constitution is posted on our website. The second thing that we did was to review our election and nomination rules. And I'd want to state that I think one of the things that came out very clearly in the task force report was that we have had challenges on how we conduct our party primaries and nominations. We have now provided very clear methods of how we can conduct our party primaries and nominate.
Mutugo wa Ngai ni wa magegania.
Wetekio niguo tumaga tugakinyukithia.
Arenda urute ngoro yaku. Arenda ukorwo wi muthii. Kiria gitumite ukorwo wiho ni gitumi kiu kia Ngai.
Nĩ Ngai ũheaga hinya na kaiga njĩra ciakwa na ũgitĩri.
Ũteithio waku ũriuma kũrĩ Jehova.
Ndũgĩũke ũgoce. Ũthathaiye Ngai.
Cũthĩrĩria Ngai akũhingũre maitho.
To nginya weterere